Luckily, I've been a part of a few, like A Quiet Place, mixing 1 and 2 of those films. 2 is a little bit more forward in that. Quiet Place 1 was incredible to try to get in that film. Was like how to be, obviously there's shades of quietness, like there's digital silence, so we go to nothing, but then there's other levels of silence where we had to get rid of we had music that we had to like remove so we could actually be in these, we'd call them envelopes. So we could actually understand different people's perspective in those envelopes and what was happening. And then when we could break those rules, because we would break them occasionally for the storytelling aspect. Be able to come from digital silence, and then there are parts in that, like when the creature is upstairs in the house, where I'm like taking the subwoofer and I'm throwing it all the way up in the ceiling as well as so I'm actually like making like a 7/0 version of the subwoofer. So when the creature runs around, like, you actually feel that like it's going to fall on you, kind of thing. That was like an experiment of how quiet and how loud you can get in a film. The most dynamics I've ever done in a film, but also be able to get there where it actually makes sense. And it made some of those impacts even bigger. All Is Lost was another film that I was lucky to be a part of, where Steve Bodeker and I did that sound. We both cut it and we both mixed it. I took everything that had Robert Redford, and he took everything that was connected to the boat, and we cut it that way. So I cut anything connected to Bob, and he cut everything that was connected to the boat, and then we merged it places. And we were like just like two effects mixers in a sense, because there wasn't much dialogue, and most of the breathing we had to actually do afterwards. So any Foley or dialogue was happening because the whole time J.C. Chandler's talking through it and kind of like telling Rob, okay, look over there now, Bob, look to the left now you're gonna go grab that, so he's talking over it, so we can't use the production. It's kind of like making an animated movie, it's so much of that was created from scratch, but also it's fun to actually try to create a film that actually is live and makes it still feel like it's, real, but actually you're creating everything from scratch, The Arrival, Denny, all his movies, he's another, filmmaker that makes amazing, of course, as my mind just goes blank, is Sicario. The guns in Sicario, like you think of, they're so specific, kind of like Saving Private Ryan. Not only when you think about the guns in Private Ryan or those scenes, and when they kind of go into their heads, there's so many specific, nuanced mixing that Gary Reichdom did on that it's just it's a masterclass of filmmaking.